Passport Bros looking for love in Asia. Movie review, movie review. If you enjoy this video, please show me the love and like, subscribe, and or leave a comment letting me know what you think about the Passport Bros phenomenon. Are you for or against it and why? And please show me the love, share this video with your friends and anywhere else you think there will be an audience for it. Passport Bros, Looking for Love in Asia, is a feature-length documentary produced by Singapore Media Corp CNA or Channel News Asia. It's not a perfect film, but overall it is fair and balanced and provides multiple perspectives. The Passport Bros phenomena is encouraging for any man who has difficulty finding women in the US. In the US, once in a rare while, when I find a woman who I'm attracted to and I approach her to try to get her contact info, most times she rejects me. But in Asia there is a higher percentage of pretty women and therefore a higher chance to meet someone where there is a mutual attraction. One thing that this Passport Bros documentary did not mention, but maybe was alluded to slightly, is that there are so much more pretty women in Asia than in the US. Yes, there are beautiful women in the US, but they are rarer and fewer and farther between than women in Asia. By God's grace and mercy, I know this from first-hand experience because I've been to China before, and I found there was a much higher percentage of beautiful women there than there is in the US. Once more, I want to say, as I often say on this channel if you watch it, is that I believe that any woman can win the heart of any man and that any man can win the heart of any woman. But I've found that there are far more pretty women in Asia than there are in the United States. And also, most of them are more in shape than women in the US. Some say that the Passport Bros movement can sometimes be abused by bad men. I do believe there are bad men out there, and I don't approve of them. I do not approve of them, but not all men Passport Bros should be painted in the same light. Some go for more positive reasons. Personally, I think that in a relationship between a man and a woman, if both parties consent to the relationship, it's okay. And if both parties consent, even compensated relationships or pay for relationships are acceptable if both parties consent and there's no abuse involved. Yes. I'm not saying that this is ideal, but if there is no other outlet for a man's or woman's sexual passions, then maybe finding someone to pay to have sex with can reduce a person's anxiety and be good for society. Otherwise, their passions may end up exploding in inappropriate and abusive ways. Of course, as a Christian, I'm also aware that some of these places may need to hear about the hope and love that can be found in Jesus Christ. I hope that by God's grace and mercy I've found. So my wish is that I can be an instrument to spread this hope in Jesus throughout the world. And hopefully the Christians in the Passport Bro movement can help spread the love and hope found in Jesus Christ to other parts of the world that are hopeless. Statistically, because of the amount of beautiful women out there in Asia, there is a much higher chance a man can find a woman there where there is a mutual attraction in Asia than a woman that is in shape and also has more traditional values than they have to find a woman like that in the US. Some people criticize men who go to poorer countries to find love, but I think that if both parties consent and there is no abuse, it's okay. Also, money stretches farther. Money stretches farther in certain countries like Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines. So it would make sense for Americans to prefer to live there rather than in more expensive countries like Japan and Singapore. And of course, they are within close proximity to more wealthy countries like Japan and Taiwan and Singapore. So if a man living in Thailand or the Philippines need not find a woman from those countries and can find a woman from a more wealthy country if he prefers. If he prefers. I'm not saying he should, but if he prefers. I think the Passport Bro movement can provide hope to a lot of men who have given up hope and are celibate through no fault of their own involuntarily. Right now, most dating apps in the US are a woman's market, and women have gained the upper hand in picking partners. But going abroad to places like Asia is a good way for men who otherwise may have no other prospects for love can find a kind and beautiful woman for themselves. I also want to get one thing straight. No human being is perfect. No man is perfect, no woman is perfect, and even traditional women will fail from time to time as will we as men. And as will I as a man, yeah. So knowing that nobody is perfect is probably one of the keys to find success in dating. Yes. Sometimes your partner will fail you, but hopefully if and sometimes they'll be rude to you, it's normal, and sometimes you'll be rude to them, it's normal, but hopefully if they accept it, you can forgive them and they can forgive you if you fall short too. I think Ruth Bell Graham said a good marriage is made of two forgivers, or Billy Graham's wife said a good marriage is made of two good forgivers. Yes. Of course, ultimate hope for eternity can only be found in Jesus Christ, not in the relationship with opposite sex, but only in Jesus Christ. And also, good advice for relationships can be found in the Bible. Apart from that, there may be at best only brief enjoyment in this world, but ultimately an eternity of pain in hell. Overall, I give CNA's Passport Bros Looking for Love documentary 4 out of 4 stars. It's a fair and balanced take into the Passport Bros movement and not heavy handed in any way. It says the pros and cons in a fair way and it's fascinating, and it's one of the most fascinating documentaries I've watched in recent times. If you enjoy this video, please show me the love. Please subscribe. And I wish it would have been longer and nominated for an Academy Award because it's that good, yes. If you enjoy, and it could give hope to a lot of men, yes, and lonely men in the US and incels in the US. If you enjoy this video, please show me the love. Please subscribe to be alerted of future videos reviewing movies and books and presenting my own stories. And please like the video and or leave a comment letting me know what you think about the Passport Bros phenomenon. Are you for or against it, and why? And please share this video with your friends and anywhere else you think there will be an audience for it. Up next, I hope to review either the Revenant movie with Leonardo DiCaprio or something else. I also have the Stephen King sci-fi The Running Man and the cyberpunk novel Neuromancer on the horizon, as well as the anime series Your Lie in April. If you enjoy this video, please like this video and check out my reviews of the international romantic films Touch, involving a love affair between a Japanese woman and a Western man, or Me Before You, also on my channel. If you like seeing Asian women with Western men, or romance stories, or romance and science fiction, please consider buying my science fiction novels, Phantom Zero and The Swordsman and the Philosopher, now available on Amazon in physical versions, and Capitan Quito and the Barber's Daughter, which are both available on Amazon exclusively as digital editions. Phantom Zero, available for about $14 and change on Amazon, is about an unloved, involuntary celibate, a dwarf, who travels the universe looking for a woman who will love him, but fails, and pilots a giant monster in exchange for access to beautiful women, but his conscience begins to bother him. The Swordsman and the Philosopher is a buddy story about an unlikely duo, an extremely handsome soldier called Soulthales who has had disfiguring plastic surgery on himself, and a chubby, out-of-shape, involuntary celibate called Wallace Mack who has a theory that if you put an ugly guy next to a sufficiently uglier guy, you can even make Quasimodo look like Cary Grant. Wallace Mack takes advantage of Soulthales' disfigurement to contrast himself with Thales and try to get a beautiful woman for himself. Yet Thales, unaware of his disfigurement, is still as arrogant as ever. And what will he do when he catches on to Wallace's plan? He could respond in fury. And meanwhile, an assassin from the future hunts down Thales, and both Thales and Wallace have to learn to work together to fight to save the world and stop an invasion of the likes of which mankind has never witnessed, the might of which no military force on earth can stop. And this is available for $9 and change on Amazon as a physical edition, which I prefer you buy, or in a 99 cents as a digital edition, yes. Capitan Quito, available for 99 cents exclusively as a digital edition on Amazon, is a superhero short story about the world's first cyborg who happens to be a dwarf. The cyborg also has problems with impotence since he has cybernetic parts, and because of this, his wife threatens to leave him. He's in Ecuador, so he has a beautiful Ecuadorian wife, yes. So if you like men with foreign women, although he's Ecuadorian too, but he has an Ecuadorian wife, a beautiful Ecuadorian wife. Yes, with soft featured, um, almond shaped eyes. Yes, the Barber's Daughter, also available for 99 cents on Amazon, available exclusively as a digital edition on Amazon, is a love story about a barber whose involuntary celibate customer falls in love with his beautiful daughter. But the barber is hesitant to let the involuntary celibate date his daughter because he considers his customer too ugly, quote unquote, to date his daughter. But the story may pull at your heartstrings and at the barber's towards the end. So if you like Western women with beautiful Western men with beautiful Asian women, buy the Swordsman and the Philosopher. It has a beautiful Japanese woman who will fall for the ugliest guy in the story. You have to find out who and how. If you want to find out how, buy the story, and you will see, and it will encourage you. It will encourage incels. I recommend incels to read my books. If you get to the end, it'll encourage you because it always so far, at least in my stories, the ugly man wins the heart of the beautiful woman at the end. The ugliest man wins the heart of the beautiful woman at the end. And Phantom Zero has two beautiful Chinese women and one dwarf that's unloved and involuntary celibate that can't get women any other way. And he meets two Chinese women, and one of them will fall in love with him by the end. But which one? There's a conservative one called Diagata, not a traditional Chinese name I know, and another one called Xiao Xing Ling, who dresses more sexily and stuff like that. And you may like it. And initially, the women don't like some of these women don't like the men, but you'll see that they fall in love with them. And I believe it's possible for any woman to fall in love with any man, and any man to fall in love with any woman. So Romans with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. Matthew 19 and Mark 9, all things are possible for one who believes. Jesus Christ said both, and also there should be links. I plan to put links in the description to the YouTube video to buy these novels, and in my other videos there's the links to buy the novels also on Amazon. You could visit Amazon, type Phantom Zero by Andres Baca. This is maybe a little bit harder to find, but if you Google Phantom Zero by Andres Baca and you Google Phantom Zero by Andres Baca Amazon, you may find it more easily. And the Swordsman and the Philosopher is a little bit easier to find, but please get both. They will give you hope. If you're an involuntary celibate, I believe there is hope for you. There's hope in Jesus Christ, but there's also hope in this world too. But even if you don't get the woman of your dreams, you'll get an eternity in heaven, an eternity in paradise with Jesus, and that's better than any woman. But of course, I want to give people hope that they can find a woman on this side of eternity too. And so please get my books. And I prefer you get the physical editions. They're far more beautiful than the digital editions. Yes. So take care. God bless you. Jesus loves you. And peace out. Romans 10:9. And peace out.